Letitia James is not hunting down the people who heckled her the other day. Don't be silly. Now just turn yourselves in
and don't make them hunt you down.
Viva Frei, former Montreal litigator turned current Florida rumbler. I've stepped out of my office to do this video to listen to the chirping birds, bask in the sunlight, and get out of my office. Holy crab apples, people, if you haven't heard the news. Last week, as Letitia James, New York's Attorney General, the one who is prosecuting Trump in front of New York nipple judge Engeron, was giving a speech in front of some firefighters where she was heckled, to say the least. Now, most people would just brush it off and move along with their day, but not petty tyrants. If there is one thing petty tyrants cannot stand, that is being publicly mocked. Letitia James was publicly mocked, and my goodness, an article came out the other day with the headline, "Nobody is hunting down the people who heckled Letitia James." But when you read the article, it's quite clear they are being hunted down one by one. Politically speaking, of course. What a beautiful bird. From an article in Fox News, FDNY, that's the Fire Department of New York, quote, looking into, end quote, staff who booed New York Attorney General Letitia James, cheered for Trump at ceremony. Now, for those of you who don't know who Letitia James is, I'm not even going to make the living in a cave joke. Everybody knows who Letitia James is, but if you had any doubts about it,
she's among the most disgusting people on earth.
Someone once told me, if you want something done, give it to a woman.
Now, apparently Letitia James was giving a speech at some promotion ceremony at the fire department when she was, I won't even call it heckled. It wasn't heckled. She might have been booed. She might have been booed a little bit. People started cheering Trump, Trump, Trump. And she told the crowd to, quote, simmer down. If you haven't seen the video, I'll play you the best video I can pull off the internet.
Oh, come on, we're in a house of God. First, simmer down. I want to thank Commissioner Kavanaugh and Chief Hodgins for that recognition. And today we are making history, swearing in our first African-American woman.
Now, I am no body language reading expert, but I do consider myself to be an uncertified body language reading expert, because if you practice law for any extended period of time, you get to learn what people act like when they're lying. You get to read people very well. It's how you avoid taking on terrible clients. And my goodness, you learn from your mistakes real quickly when you take on terrible clients because you didn't trust your gut instincts as to their personality. Reading Letitia James's body language here, all I can say is she is a repulsive human being who has not 1 ounce, 1 microgram of a sense of humor, let alone a self-deprecating sense of humor, and she's telling the crowd to simmer down.
First, simmer down.
Because in her mind, she controls everybody, especially those who would dare criticize her. Now, most people, after such an outrageous, preposterous spectacle, would do nothing and move on with your day, but that's what you would do if you are not a petty tyrant in a position of power. Letitia James is a petty tyrant in a position of power, and she's not going to have any of this. And apparently they're looking into this to find out who the people who dared jeer at our Lord, Letitia James, they're not hunting them down.
Except they're hunting them down.
The FDNY pushed back on a report that it was, quote, hunting, end quote, down firefighters and staffers who booed New York Attorney General Letitia James and shouted, quote, Trump, 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 exclamation point, end quote, during a promotion ceremony last week, saying that it was simply looking into those who broke department regulations. Quote, nobody is hunting anyone down, end quote, FDNY spokesman Jim Long told Fox News Digital in an email on Sunday morning. Quote, we're looking into those who clearly broke department regulations. It has nothing to do with politics. It's about professionalism at an official event held in a house of worship, end quote. Nobody is hunting anybody down. Listen to the words out of my mouth, but don't look at what I'm actually doing. In reality, nobody's hunting them down, except the New York Post first reported that FDNY Chief of Department John Hodgins wrote in an email to department brass that the FDNY's Bureau of Investigation and Trials was investigating the incident and, quote, we'll figure out who those members are, end quote. Quote, I recommend they come forward. I've been told by the commissioner it will be better for them if they come forward and we don't have to hunt them down, end quote. Hodges said in the email obtained by the Post. Nobody is hunting anybody down. Now just turn yourselves in so that we don't have to hunt you down. But wait, there's more. From the New York Post, FDNY boss hunts down staffers who booed New York Attorney General Letitia James cheered for Trump at promotion ceremony. FDNY Commissioner Laura Kavanaugh is hunting down smoke eaters and other staffers who mercilessly booed New York Attorney General Letitia James and cheered in support of Donald Trump during a department promotion ceremony this week, the Post has learned. And who is this Laura Kavanaugh, you might be asking yourself? Good question. According to @Travis_in_Flint, meet Laura Kavanaugh, the fire commander of the New York City Fire Department and the woman who started the investigation into firefighters who booed Letitia James and chanted for Trump. She was appointed by Mayor Eric Adams and has never been a firefighter herself. She's worked on many political campaigns for Democrats and even oversaw the complete diversification of the FDNY. Her office has made it clear that anyone who is involved in booing James will be, quote, educated, end quote, on proper conduct. Why is a woman who's never served as a firefighter serving as the commander? Why is a woman who never served as a firefighter currently serving as commander? I don't know, probably the same reason why a man with no military experience was appointed to 4-star general and we were told to call him or her.
Call her Admiral Rachel Levine. Now.
Everybody, I appreciate that Rachel Levine was appointed as a 4-star admiral, not for any military position, so his lack of military experience might not be determinate in the absurdity of this story. Rachel was appointed as the 4-star admiral for a position in health and human services. I'm not very judgmental all the time, but I'm judgmental some of the time. Someone who's going to be a 4-star admiral for health and human services should at least be the embodiment of health. Rachel is not. With that said, everybody knows this is absurd. There's just not all that many people, although there are more and more stating it out loud. It's absurd. It's all absurd. Back to the vlog. I gotta edit this. The world doesn't make sense anymore, and there's no point in trying to make sense of it. Just have a good laugh as you go along with it while you see a person who never served as a firefighter, as commander, hunting down people who dared boo Her Majesty Letitia James
Because she's destroying the state in which they live.
You've got Letitia James chasing out citizens one after the other from New York State, people fleeing that state. I can tell you this because I see more New Yorkers in Florida than I see Floridians. You've got Letitia James destroying the state of New York. You've got Letitia James destroying business in New York, destroying employment opportunities in New York. And now you got Letitia James basically going to destroy the fire department of New York. People should up and leave the fire department the way they're up and leaving that state in general. Letitia James destroying the state, but don't you dare boo her and let her know of your political discontent because she will hunt you down. But don't worry, no one's hunting you down. Now just turn yourself in for re-education camp Monday morning.
Now, in case all that smiling didn't cheer you up, there's one thing that never fails. A nice glass of warm milk, a little nap, and a total frontal lobotomy.
Join us, Father. It's bliss.
All right, that's it. I've got to go to the post office. Apparently there's a package waiting for me. Maybe I'll just loop that in to the end of this video. If you like what I do, you know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Viva Frei on Rumble, Viva Frei on Twitter, vivabarneslaw.locals.com on Locals, where you can support the work we do. $10 a month, $100 a year if you get the discounted rate. More important than anything, get out there, sunlight, exercise, eat healthy, talk to people in real life. Enjoy the chirping of the birds, the smell of a flower, and most importantly, now you know you vlog. Peace out, peeps. Booyah! Oh, hi. Didn't see you there.
I got a package. You're just rocking along.
This is the Roanoke beef jerky, the soft beef jerky. Biltong. This is not an ad, by the way. This is not an ad. This is someone who's been rumble ranting consistently. Send some of their product. Anton's Meat and Eat. Not
Neat.
Not an. Okay, so we're just Angus Peri Peri. Keep refrigerated. Eat within 5 days of opening. Back to the knife. Taste this. This is like how I used to make beef jerky, because I'd never get it dry enough.
It's not dry. It's like
Soft.
soft. Got a kick.
It's delicious. I'll have my people contact your people.